Okay, I'm having an issue with the S10. For one thing, I don't think it's the heat is blowing as warm as it should be. And another thing is I'm not getting much heat blown on the floor. Now, when I select the floor deal right here, if it'll focus, when I select the floor, I get a little bit on the floor, but mostly out of the defrost. And when I go to defrost and floor, I get defrost and a little bit out of the floor. And when I go to defrost, I get full defrost. And then when I go to upper vents, I get all upper vents. So the one that ain't working really is the floor. And I thought it was the little vacuum actuators under the dash. But I'm suspecting now that I've run them and watched them that the controller here might be the problem. And this is actually a control. I already changed this when my brother-in-law had this, and that's an eBay controller. So I'm almost suspecting that in this camera, I'm almost suspecting that that controller is messing up, not the vacuum actuators. And then another thing is, I believe I gotta flush my heater core out. And one way you can see if your coolant is flowing through your heater core is feel the hoses. Now this hose here is hot, really hot. When I put my hand on this other hose here, it's warm. It ain't hot. It should be just as hot as that one. So I gotta flush my heater core out. I've flushed the heater core on this truck out before, like I said, when my brother-in-law had it, because it plugged up then. So I guess I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go see how much one of those controllers are. I don't think that was very much when I got it. I might get another one, see if that solves the problem where I don't have much blowing on the floor. Another thing that happens is when I rev the truck up, I get more heat. So that again is telling me probably my heater core is getting plugged up. So I can't do this tonight because she's hot right now. I'll come out tomorrow and flush this out. And I guess I'll show you what I do there on flushing these out. Okay, so I just pulled off the heater core hoses, and there's a bigger one and a littler one, so you can't really get them mixed up. Not very much coolant come out of there. I'm thinking, not sure if that's normal or not, but I'm thinking that it's plugged. That's why there wasn't much in there. I haven't drained any coolant or anything out of this thing, so I just got the hoses up there. And like I said before, a good way to tell if your heater core is plugged is the one going in is going to be hot, and the one coming out is not going to be very hot. Or if it's completely plugged, it would be cold, but mine was just kind of barely warm, and then this one was really hot. So I take it, this is the in, this is the out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flush it the opposite way that it normally flows. So I'm going to flush water in here and make it come out that way to get all the crud out of there, and hopefully get some more time out of this heater core. And we'll see what that does with my heat. Okay, you can see I got kind of a crazy setup here. Just trying to rig something together. Got my hose screwed into a hose. That hose goes to the heater core, and I'm flushing the opposite way of the coolant flow. And I got that hose running down into another pan, so I don't make too bad of a mess. And I'm just going to flush this out a little bit. Keep flushing it with the hose pressure, and call it good. Okay, I've got them buttoned back up, and really, I haven't lost hardly any coolant, so I don't see that ever being a problem. I'll just keep an eye on the level, maybe give her a little top off in a couple days. But I got them back on, and one thing when you do mess with heater hoses and stuff like that, these hoses like weld themselves onto whatever they're on, and they're really hard to get off, and you really don't want to be pulling up and down and really pulling on them flanges there, because you could crack your pipe that goes into your heater core. What I like to use is something like this. It's the pliers with like little soft covers, so you don't dig into your hose. You grab them and then kind of twist it around, and they'll come loose. And so that's on. I'm going to take this out and see if it makes a difference, and see if these are both the same temperature. So, and test out my heat, see how much heat I've got. I mean, it wasn't terribly bad, the heat coming out of the vents. It just seemed like it should be a little better than what I had. And when I revved it up, it would get warmer. The heat coming out of the vents would get warmer. So I'm gonna go give this a test drive and see how she feels. Okay, after a short drive, I now have more heat than I know what to do with, which is a first for this winter. And I suspected that when I felt the hoses that the heater core was plugged. So I think I might be having trouble with these vacuum actuators. I believe there's like 3 or 4 of them underneath here. And I believe those are what is causing something to not work, or it could be by controller. I'd appreciate if anybody knows exactly how to diagnose that, to tell what's going on. That would be helpful. I did notice our first cold spell, my blend, the cold and the hot, it was actually stuck on the cold, and it wasn't letting any warm air through the vents. So I am going to get a new blend door actuator, which is behind the glove box here, and it's actually behind this vacuum actuator. I'm not sure what this actuator does, but it does move when I'm moving my selector. And I'm going to get a new blend door because those are known to go bad. There's a gear and there's something that goes bad. So I'm just going to replace that so I don't have that trouble down the road. Not having heat on a really cold day would really suck. So I'm just going to replace that. You can do that without taking the whole dash out. And I'll do a video when I get it, probably in the next few days. But like I said, I would appreciate if anybody knows how to diagnose these vacuum actuators, or what all the vacuum actuators are supposed to be doing or something. I mean, it's not the end of the world because I have a whole bunch of heat. It's just a small cab and I got a whole bunch of heat coming out of these vents. So, and the defrost works. So it's not really that important, but it would be nice if it worked. And be nice to show others how to fix that, because that's what we do here on YouTube. But anyway, I'm going to close this video out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.